Good morning. Welcome to day 34. It is a Friday, May 10th, 2024. I chickened out and put the rain fly on, and it didn't get too cold last night. I could have left it off. Oh well. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. But no one else showed up here, so very pleasant morning. Just started my second cup of coffee. Gonna start to get things organized and out of the tent. Had cell service. There was a little fiasco on the home front. I'll throw those videos in there. And yeah, we're gonna be walking through a little town in about 8 miles or so. Check that out, and hopefully push on for a decent mileage day. I did sleep pretty well last night. As has been the case, my lower ribs are sore, tender, just dealing with that. But I feel like it was a little less painful last night than it has been. If I slowly maneuver around, I feel like I'm getting a bit more maneuverability without the pain. So hopefully that's a good sign. We'll see, What else can I say about it? If you've ever had any kind of bruised rib, I mean, I can't even take like a super deep breath. I can't cough. Thank goodness I had that little air compressor, that flex tail. The thought of blowing up my air mattress is painful to think about. But yeah, just gotta go easy on it. Hopefully it'll heal up. I'm hoping that by the time I get to Tehachapi, and I have a full day in Tehachapi with half days on either side, that they'll be healed up and I'll be almost back to 100%. I feel like I'm still at around 85% right now. But I mean, everything else physically is great. I just can't get them all lined up at the same time, but that's how it goes. So yeah, feet are good, knees are good, shoulders are good, back is good. It's just those two lower ribs on my left side, and any turning motion at all, you'd be surprised how every little movement you make really involves your ribs somehow. Who knew? So that's the update. We're going to get moving soon. See you on the trail in a little bit. All right, so I thought just a quick logistics kind of update. So we're on day 7 of this segment out of Wrightwood. Both of my 10,000 milliamp night core battery packs are depleted. Just started on the 20,000 milliamp. Recharged my inReach from like 40% back up to 90, and then basically recharging this iPhone that's doing all the videos and has the far out and all the navigation on it. It usually gets down to about, depends on the heat too. I notice it when it's hotter, it depletes more, but usually gets down to about 70% from somewhere in the 90s, however high I get it charged. And then my either music, audiobook, or podcast iPhones, they go down to about 80, 85. So I only like top them off every other day or so. So as far as boils, because it's been so hot, I'm not even making a hot beverage every night. So I've got plenty of life in my first canister, probably not even halfway through. So yeah, that's like the update on logistics. Obviously I have plenty of meals. It wasn't as bad as before, but I didn't like force a north side down last night, but I wasn't necessarily hungry, but I knew I needed to eat something. So between that and some jerky, and I just filtered a bunch of slightly above lukewarm water and just drank that instead of a hot beverage, and it was fine. So yeah, not having shade at your campsite really puts an extra stressor on. And there's not even like there wasn't even any shade to really like put the water in so it didn't boil on its own. But I mean, right now it's a great site, but as soon as that sun comes up, yikes. So that's the update on that. We're going to get rolling probably in another half hour or so. One other thing in the endless list of gear repair, the hiking shorts I'm wearing, I keep this phone in my right cargo pants pocket. It's easy access. The seam on that pocket is starting to fray a bit. There's like a little opening. So I've been putting some KT tape just to cover the seam. I have a little on the inside, a little on the outside. And these pants only have to last until Tehachapi. Sarah's got a new pair of pants waiting for me there. So just another little thing to deal with as we keep making miles and destroying various items. After climbing up one side of the hill in the sun, we're getting a little break going down the other side. A little bit of shade for another 500 yards or so. We'll take it. All right, been going a little over an hour. Taking a little pack break as we get closer to the highway where we're gonna go under, I guess. So I can definitely say I know what a Thanksgiving turkey feels like in the oven now. Yeah, when there's no shade and there's no relief, you just kind of go in the tent, lay perfectly still. You know, was right at the borderline, wasn't sweating, was taking some sips of tailwind every so often. And it got to be like later, almost 7, the sun was still not behind the hill. Figured I better start trying to eat something. Had some peanuts, and then I made a big mistake. The next jerky, I didn't even look, I just started eating jerky. It was sweet and spicy, and just that little bit of spice in the jerky, after like having a couple strips, I just broke out in a sweat. So that was a mistake. I'll remember not to do that again. Other than that, there was a couple that passed me last night. They were on top of the ridge. They had a really nice spot. They just passed me, so haven't seen anyone else yet. It's still early. All right, we're about 2 hours in. We're gonna take our first break, have a little something to eat, air out the feet. We just went through the Highway 14 underpass tunnel. It's so far below the interstate, you would never know there was, I guess it's a drainage for water. But yeah, I mean, the engineering, I can't grasp it, but I'm sure it's there for a reason. Anyway, we got like a mile and a half to the Vasquez Rocks Park, something like that. And the town is about 3.5 miles away, so we're doing good. Just had a solo through hiker pass me. I saw him yesterday for the first time. So that's all we got so far. It's gonna be a hot one today, feels like, so let's get some miles in. Alright, so we're in Vasquez Rocks Park. There's some cool rock formations over there. And just like that, we're back in semi-civilization. A bunch of day hikers, dog walkers, not just through hikers anymore. There might be a visitor center up here. I don't think they have snacks or vending machines, but they may have a bathroom, even just to wash my hands thoroughly would be a nice treat. So we may check that out before we push on to town. Oh, and I guess very similar to Lone Pine, California, where a lot of the Westerns were shot back in the day. A lot of the Westerns were also shot here. Some more of the TV Westerns. So the area is known for that. I guess a lot of these landmarks you can spot in the old Westerns. So that's cool. All right, so we got lucky. We found shade, a picnic table, and a trash can. We'll take it. Get the feed air out, get rid of some trash, and then push on to town. I came down to check out the visitor center. Initially the sign said closed, bummer, but then the guy who was getting it ready to open let me in, so I could use the restroom, wash my hands, good stuff. All right, we're getting close to whatever's gonna be in this little town. Hopefully we can get a cold drink and a snack. We'll know pretty soon. There's a group of 4 through hikers that were ahead of me. I wonder if they're the same ones I've been flip-flopping with for the past few days now. We'll know in a couple minutes. All right, that's exactly what I was looking for. Some chips, a couple of Gatorades. Awesome. And some double stuffs. So we'll relax here for 10-15 minutes and then be on our way. Round 2, more chips. Man, it'd be great if every through hike day, right about the middle of the day, you can get 2 cold Gatorades, a bunch of chips, and an ice cream sandwich. Feeling pretty good right now. But we're gonna be climbing out of town real soon. This is a long road walk. All right, thank goodness we're finally back on a nice trail. That long road walk on Soledad Canyon Road, it just messes up your feet. So taking a break to air the feet out, and then we'll get going again. I wonder where we're gonna go up. My guess is somewhere over there, up there. Well, we're gonna be climbing one way or the other. It's actually not too bad right now with a little breeze and all this greenery. So the sun isn't like brightly reflecting off nothing but sand. It's very pleasant. We're logged in. So much climbing. The clouds are nice. We're getting a little bit of a break from the sun every now and then. So, climb we go to the water source. A really nice view at the top, but man, what a climb out of town to get there. So I think now we're going to be headed down. It's about a half mile to our water source. We'll see if there's any camping there. I'm not too hopeful, but less than a mile away from the water source, there should be some decent camping. And we're just super lucky with the cloud cover. We're not getting baked today, so what a way to spend a Friday afternoon, huh? All right, we made it to the spring. It's been real buggy since we've come down the top of the hill. Just annoying little flying gnats. So we're gonna load up on water, and it looks like it's about 0.7 miles to good camping. So water first. Mixing in the tail end. It's about 4:15 on a Friday afternoon. Surprised I haven't seen anyone since town. There were a group of 4 thru-hikers I think I've seen before early on. They were going to go to the Serenity Oasis. There's like no lodging in town, but there's a place where you can set up your tent for like $20. You get laundry, a shower, shade. It's a decent deal if you're into that kind of thing. I imagine it's pretty loud there though. But yeah, good place to hang out. There was one other guy who I don't think I've seen before, but I think when I got to the register, his name was before mine. So he's from Scotland, I think. But all the other usuals, either they're ahead of me already, or they stopped at Serenity Oasis, or they went into Acton. So I'm sure I'll bump into those folks again. Be curious to see if anyone's at the tent site. I got about 0.7 miles. I'm going to down this real quick, bring another filter, another 2 cups just to have in here, and then get moving. So we'll have 3 liters in a hydration bladder, 3 liters in our smart water, and a little bit extra. So can drink as much as I want tonight. And it's kind of cooler tonight, so that's good. More likely to have a hot beverage tonight, which is always nice at the end of a long day. Oh, and if you are coming this way, there is at least one nice tent site over there. So yeah, you could even camp right by the spring if you want. I want to push on a little further because that was my mindset from the get-go. But if it was like baking sun, I would probably stay here. It's a nice shady spot, but I got a little more in me and we're going to be going downhill. So why not? Just sitting here thinking, it's interesting. The one thing that really hasn't been bothering me at all since like the first or second day has been my feet. And just that, whatever it was, I'll have to look on Google Maps. Was it a 1 mile, 2 mile road walk? The road walk just messes up your feet. They're like, even though I've been airing them out, they're like ready to be done for the day. So I got to ask a little more out of them. No hot spots or anything, but I'm noticing my feet today, and I typically don't even think about them. So that's a road walk for you. That's a little bit of thunder. All right. Home sweet home. We've got some thunder going on. Man, I'll take this weather over a sun beating down on me any day. A little bit of thunderstorm activity, some clouds, some wind. Even if we get rained on, it'll be a quick passing shower, I'm sure. But I'm gonna try and get the tent set up before that happens. Wish me luck. All right, it's a little after 5. Our threatening storm, I think, has passed us by. We got a little sun on the tent right now, so we're gonna hang in the shade here. Pretty nice view, huh? Yeah, overall, my lower ribs are pretty good today. I didn't need to lift up the pack. I always had some kind of, what is that? Is that just dirt? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I couldn't tell what that was. So yeah, overall the ribs are feeling okay right now. See how it goes when I start maneuvering in the tent. But hopefully they're on the mend and they haven't been tweaked any further. Just curious to see if anyone comes by. Yeah, I guess people have like just gotten ahead of me, or everyone stopped at that Serenity Oasis for the night. But it's like 5:30, still early, still a couple hours for people to come. So we'll wait and see and enjoy the views one more time. All right, it's around 7 o'clock. We have retreated to the tent. The sun is just about to go below the hill there. And then we'll be in really good shape. Although unlike yesterday, it's been much more comfortable even in the tent with the sun. Not as ferocious as yesterday's sun. We're at about 4,000 feet. Just put on the north side of pasta and broccoli. For whatever reason, the pasta dishes on the north don't seem to cook as well as the rice or the pasta rice combo. So I think this is the last pasta one I have, and just because they don't cook as well, stick to the other ones. Then I'll probably have a freeze-dried meal. I've got those delicious double stuffs from town. Amazing. We'll see if I feel like a coffee tonight. I have the water if I want. Just been sipping some water, taking in the views. No one's come by. Got everything set up for tomorrow, pretty much. Trying to stay awake, basically. So yeah, hopefully stay awake for a few more hours. I'll get this video done. No cell service here, so no distractions with checking anything on social media or I did speak to Sarah this morning. I did text Sarah this morning, so hopefully tomorrow night I'll have a cell service so we can touch base. I think that's about it. Overall, it ended up being a really good day. It was a tough climb out of town. Had a ton of electrolytes, which is just going to be the key in the desert, I think. We've got another water situation tomorrow. Looking at probably doing about another 17 miles, which is good. I'm looking to keep it within like the 15 to 18 mile range as much as possible. So yeah, hopefully that'll work out as the day goes by, and we will see you in the morning.
So just a quick video. It's Friday afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock. And I got home from work around 3 at a little over a half day today. And I came downstairs to check on the basement because it smelled a little weird last night when I went to bed. And I was like, this doesn't really smell musty, but I found another box that was all wet that I hadn't found before. But I came home to this afternoon, I was like, it still smells weird. A friend of mine came over and we went for a walk and I had her check it out. And we were like, yeah, I think it smells like gas. So I called the plumbing company back and they came over. I had turned the gas line off just in case. And so what happened was there's this valve here. That's the natural gas line, and it just wasn't tightened all the way. So I don't know how they missed that yesterday or whatever, but the guy that came this afternoon was very nice. He's like, I think it was the young guy that we're training that they scare them in school not to tighten them too much and strip the bolt, but at least that's fixed. It's always something. Off to the weekend.